Testing, testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Well, hello again, MGTOW. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about an interesting topic here, or an important topic rather, and that is, why do women wear makeup? But before I begin, I want to give a shout out to a couple of guys here. The first one, of course, being Mike the MGTOW Man, because he put out a video in which a woman was running out of makeup and she seemed very desperate, and that inspired me to make this video. I know there are a lot of guys out there asking themselves, why do women wear makeup? And, hence the title of this video. The second guy I want to give a shout out to is Hammerhand. I know he hasn't published a few videos in a few days, but one of his last videos kind of served as a reminder as to why it is that we are here doing this for other men. Sometimes even hardcore monks like myself find it somewhat difficult to let go of some of the indoctrination that has permeated itself into every aspect of our lives, and along comes another man here in the manosphere to set one straight, to remind us that that things that we shouldn't let our guard down, that things aren't always as easy as we would like to believe. And so, anyways, like I said, I want to talk about makeup here, and we're gonna start by quoting a couple of statistics here on how much money is spent on the cosmetics industry. How much money is spent on cosmetics each year, just in the United States, right? And so we're gonna look at two things. We're gonna look at first this article written in the Loop.ca, and the title of the article is "The Amount of Money the Average Woman Spends on Makeup Might Shock You." It might shock you. And so it says here that the U.S. company Skin Store found that on average, women will spend approximately $300,000 on makeup in their lifetime. That is $300,000, 300 with a K. And our second statistic here is from Statista.com, and in an article published by Alexander Kunst on December 20 of last year, he says that women spend, the average monthly spent on beauty products by the U.S. consumer, aka women, in 2017, and that was around 26 to 50 US dollars, according to their survey. And that was around 31% of American consumers, they say, spend around that much, 26 to 50 US dollars on beauty and personal care products per month, and that amounts to around $468 a year. So a couple of interesting statistics there, but that's not the bread and butter of this video. What I want to answer here with this video is the question of why exactly it is that women wear makeup. Why do women wear makeup? Everybody's asking themselves this question, right? So there's several reasons, right? So we're gonna go through some of them, right? Number one, they want to appear younger. They want to appear younger. Now we all know why that is, right? Because if they look their age, men are not gonna find them attractive, right? They want to compete with a younger woman for the resources of a man, right? Especially if they're married, right? They want to either monkey branch, otherwise known as being hypergamous, or onto the next man, or they have to make sure that their husband doesn't leave them, so they have a they have a better provider there that doesn't that's not going anywhere. So they want to appear as young as possible. Another reason is that, and this is a little bit more profound, they feel as though by wearing makeup, they acquire a new identity. And I know this is only a temporary thing, right? But by wearing makeup, they and putting on this temporary identity, they take advantage of all that entails, right? Having a new identity allows you to do different things, right? If you're if you're 6 foot tall and strong, you can do different things than someone who's maybe 150 pound, right, average weight, but that is light and muscular, right? So it gives them a new identity, and with that, a new sense of power, right? So this leads me to another reason. They feel as though by putting on this set of pastes and lotions and what have you on their faces, they feel as though they have been liberated. They've been liberated, from the bonds of from being bounded to who she was born, right? Who she was born as, right? The person that she was, right? So she no longer has to be that person, right? She's no longer tied up to being just one human being. She can be whoever she chooses to be by wearing different things on her face. So she acquires this identity, right? And she moves through the world. She moves through the world, knowing or believing, acting, of course, as if she is this new person. Therefore, generating different results. Results that may have consequences, real consequences, as to what happens in her life, right? Another very important reason why women wear makeup is because they want to avoid feelings of inferiority. And we have to remember that they're in constant competition with other women, right? And to a woman, right, the way she sees her image and herself, I mean, she doesn't see it like we do, right? We men, we're like, okay, that's you and that's that. But the reality is not as set in stone as ours. And so by putting on makeup, they accept this as a way of dealing with with the cards that life dealt them, right? They see that as an acceptable way. And so in this way, they increase their social status, right? Like I said, especially among other women. So they don't really wear makeup for men, at least not in a direct way. They wear it mostly, as you'll see, in order to pull one up on other girls and to better manipulate men into serving them and serving them well. So that is one reason, to avoid feelings of inferiority. So with that said, we have to acknowledge the fact that given the amount of makeup that women are purchasing and consuming out there, some of it which is harmful to their health, right? And they apparently don't seem to care for the most part. We have to acknowledge the fact that that there's a lot of feelings of inferiority out there. They feel inferior. And anyways, another reason here is that and this might seem obvious, right? She wants to increase her sexual appeal towards men, right? She wants to be found attractive by other men. But this is not necessarily because she wants to have sex with those men, but rather because by being sexually desired by these individuals, she knows that she's gonna get a lot of favors from them. She can put them in the friend zone, right, and turn them all into orbiters and better providers, and she can have the pick of the lot when it's time to choose the mate that she desires. Another reason, of course, is so that she can appear to be much more beautiful and perhaps have a chance at attracting a man that is that would otherwise be out of her league. So those are some of the reasons, right? And we have to keep in mind that just like when women when they have physical character traits, right, that they're ashamed of, right, like their period, their sagging breasts, flat butt, etc., etc. They also have many psychological deficiencies that they desperately want to conceal, and they see these psychological inadequacies as being tied up to their physical appearance, and by covering up these physical defects, their psychological deficiencies diminish, or at least that's what they hope to do. And that is I would say the primary reason why women wear makeup, right? They want to feel empowered, and they want to hide these deficiencies. So oh, wait a minute, I have another reason here that I had listed. So they wear makeup as a way to avoid doing actual work, which they indeed hate, right? They of course hate doing actual work. But in their minds, beauty is something that you buy, right? You see, it's not like we men see it. You're in our, in a man's mind, you're either born, you're born with a set of physical characteristics, and the way you improve those attributes of yours, it's through work, right? You hit the gym, you lift weights, you work hard, you purchase clothing that will with your hard work, you're able to purchase clothing that will fit you well, right? It takes time to do all that, and you, of course, you become a better human being in the process, right? You improve your character traits, your knowledge, so forth and so on. But in a woman's mind, beauty is something you buy, something that comes in a bottle, and the more stuff that she can put on, she figures, right, the more beautiful that she could be, and the more that she can increase her social status. And so it's important to her, in her mind, that other women know that she's wearing, that if she's wearing makeup, right, she's wearing the best, and because this increases her social status, right? It establishes her as an able-bodied consumer. It talks about the amount of money that she can spend on herself, you know, by telling other women that she's able to afford these products. You know, she's putting herself on a pedestal, measuring herself against other women, and you know that's also the reason why women shop until they drop, right? Often on credit, often when they don't have the money to do it. You know, they conceal that aspect of shopping, of course, but they do that to you know to measure their social standing with other women. And you know, marketeers are you know, have been very well aware of these things for many years, but of course the average man is not you know, is not as aware of these things as, you know, as someone who's, you know, whose sole work life depends on knowing you know, the ins and outs of female psychology. So we have to take a look at what, you know, what they call these places that you know, where they get their wigs from, their cosmetics, you know, and all the other poisons that they throw in their bodies, right, on their faces. What do they call these places? You know, they don't call them you know, the cosmetic shop, right? They call them the beauty supply. And you know, as I stated a little bit ago, you know, the reason is because they see beauty as something you can buy. See, and they refuse. Women refuse to accept that you know, a person is tied up to one image, right? And because of that image, that face that they were born with, you know, that they're, you know, that they have a certain fate, right? That comes with that. They refuse to accept that, and you know, they don't want this to be the reason why they are undesired, why they're physically undesired, because they know that their desirability has a profound impact on what they can get from life, and that is one huge reason why they wear makeup. And as I said before, you know, women, they don't see, you know, their truth is, they don't look for actual truth in the way that men look for truth, like in the Platonic sense, right? The essence of truth. Apparently, you know, you know, the majority of them are unconcerned with, you know, the essence of reality, and you know, what is truth, right? What is the essence of what surrounds us, right? What can we tell? What is absolute, right, about life? You know, most women appear to be unconcerned with any of that, and you know, that in itself, right, their inability to even ponder, you know, sometimes to even question what truth is what allows her, you know, what gives her license to you know, to do what she needs to do in order to camouflage herself. You know, because in her mind, appearance is reality, and you know, that's why she's so vulnerable to the you know, to the trappings, right, to the enchantments put out by the charlatan bad boy, right? The guy who in the past, you know, was kept away by her father, right? It was the father's job in a traditionalist setting, right? To keep these bad boys away, right? Because as a man, we're able to see who, who can bring something to the table and who can't. But she's unable to see that. So it was the father's, it was her father who served the role of protecting her in in this matter, right? Because she was unable to see beyond the superficiality of it all. So so she camouflaged herself in all kinds of color, and we only need to pay attention to some of the names given to these these powders, these lotions, the creams, the magic potions, right? The colorings, the everything that that they put on their faces. We only need to pay attention to all that in order to begin to understand what it is that they're trying to do here, right? And if we go down the list, right, what they call the makeup, right? We have names such as mascara, right? That means mask, right? Concealer, right? That is self-explanatory there, right? Foundation, face primers, rogue or blush or blusher, right? Contour, highlight, bronzer, settings, primers, curlers, gloss, plumpers, boosters, right? False, fake extensions, right? So we have all this language speaks of what it is that they're really trying to do by putting on makeup, right? They're trying to in a sense alter their reality, their internal reality, so that they can act different and therefore generate different results in the world that surrounds them. It's a way of giving themselves power. But don't trust me on this, right? Don't listen to me on this. I have another quote here that comes from an article that I found online that was meant for women to read. And let's see, she's next. Okay. So it says here, a woman with makeup portrays herself as a person who takes care of herself and her looks. Makeup is basically made to accentuate your best features and conceal ones that make you feel insecure. So when you appear prettier, you draw attention to yourself and develop your self-confidence. So there you have it, guys. Self-confidence, right? That's what it is to a woman. It's something that comes in a bottle. It's something that you just buy. It does not occur to her to make herself more beautiful on the cheap by becoming a better person, by being genuine, by being charming, by being agreeable, by being less materialistic, right? None of that. But the article goes on to say, when you're confident, you become productive. Well, we have to see about that, but it says when you're confident, you become productive, assertive, and contribute more in terms of actions and opinions. And then it says yes with a question mark. So in other words, these magic lotions and potions, are what allow her to have a false sense of bravado and to keep running her mouth, right? Now, we have to take a side note here and remember that, the way that women bring changes to the world around them is through their mouths. And no, you know, it's not in the way that, you know, a lot of you guys are thinking. It's, please guys, refocus, right? You're MGTOW, damn it. She uses her mouth, right, to persuade others, right, to do for her what she's incapable of doing herself. And it is this makeup that gives her this power, right? She puts the makeup on. She feels like she's a different person. She feels more empowered, more assertive, right? More willing to manipulate the world around her by talking. And so it's all about power, right? And you know, so you better believe that whatever she covers up, right, in her face, on her face, is what she's most insecure about. And in recent years, you know, we've seen that, you know, there are some women, you know, feminists, lesbians, you know, and other undesirable women, that they've made a big fuss about not wearing makeup, right? They've had protests and all that. And, you know, the reasoning behind this is that they say it's forced femininity. And, you know, they think that by not wearing any of these shenanigans, right, on their face, by not putting any of these contraptions on their faces, they display their refusal to please a man, right? Their ability to do that. And you know, they portray themselves to other women as being free from having to cater to men. You see? So that is one reason why they do not wear makeup. But this is just another way in which, you know, they show themselves who has the most power, because most women simply, you know, most men, not most women, excuse me, most men could actually simply just care less. We don't give a damn, you know, what they do to their faces. Most guys were not, you know, even aware of why it is that women wore makeup to begin with. You know, that's one of the reasons why I'm posting this video here. And you know, most guys just want an honest woman, that treats them with love and that keeps them company, you know, keeps them good company. But nevertheless, you know, they've had to endure the scorn of these power-hungry, insecure women who up until now have kept their true motives hidden behind a series of splashes, right? Splash paint across their faces. And so I hope this answers the question as to why women wear makeup. You know, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. I want to thank all my new subscribers, the people that have, you know, that have come on board my channel. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for giving the videos likes up, right? That's one of the reasons why I put these videos out, because you know, if there's someone that finds them useful, then that gives me an incentive to produce more. Again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to all my new subscribers and to all my older subscribers as well, the guys that have been loyal with me, you know, to me since day one. To all the MGTOW brothers, I will catch you in the very next video. Thanks again.